Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an M12, the Tier 7 American SPG with 155mm howitzer, and it's being commanded by Meelox, and he's on the north spawn of Fiery Salient. Well, development of this SPG started in 1941. They put in the trials in February of 1942 after the war had started for America after Pearl Harbor. And it saw service in July of 1942. They produced 100 vehicles, 60 in the first year and 40 in the following. But it was soon superseded by the M40, M43. Okay, he's set up and he's ready to shoot. We've got our first customer, a Wizzy 131, but he's on the opposite side of the tracks. Should also mention actually the M44 and the M52 actually came out of the project, the M12. The M12 is known as the door knocker because it was used to knock down gun emplacements, but it also used in direct fire. But they started development of the M52 as a 10.5cm howitzer, and they also developed the M44 as a 155mm howitzer using the chassis of the M41 tank, because it was there was plenty of M41s available, and of course the M44 saw service in Korea, but the M40 took a little longer for production using the Sherman chassis. Now Meelox is changing his direction of attack. He was expecting somebody to come over the hill, but nobody's appeared. So it looks like what he's going to do instead, he's going to aim at the tanks which are the other side of the ridgeline in the centre of the battlefield. Now he's actually looking at an area which is on his side of the battlefield at the moment, which I'm a bit puzzled about why he's actually looking there. Up there's a target, an M4A3 EZ8. Okay, he's stationary at the moment as well. He's shooting up at the hill. Okay, he's trying to get the tanks that are climbing the hill on this side. But Meelox has decided to go for the 3002M, but the 3002M was taken out by the IS-3. So he's saying he's targeting that area of the hill, but there's nobody there to spot anything for him, so they're sitting on the reverse face of the hill at the moment. Now he could go after that Wizzy 131 in the centre of the battlefield, and the M4E8 A3E8, who's very badly damaged, but Meelox is ignoring those at the moment. He's still focusing on the hills. I'm not sure that's wise, because he needs to fire as many shots as he can in a shorter period as possible to make his gun effective. Now, an OI has been spotted a bit further out, back on the hill, but he's not aiming. Okay, now he's aiming. Okay, rounds out. And that's a hit. 256 hit points. He's got a 27.7 second reload on this particular Arty. So he's obviously slightly better than the book speed. He's also got a T29 there for a target as well. He's marked his target. It appears the T29 is trying to shoot at the tanks that are approaching the ridgeline in the centre of the battlefield. Rounds out on the T29 prototype. And it's a direct hit. The round went in. There was no explosion, so it definitely hit. There's a VK3601 down the bottom of the hill. Now the OI is leaning over the hill and he's fallen down the cliff face. Now, it's got 11 seconds to go, but Meelox should be aiming at that OI to help and assist the 3601. If that 3601 is taken out, then he needs to take out the OI immediately afterwards. Instead, he's going after the Tiger. He gets a direct hit on the Tiger, 207 hit points, but the 3601 has been killed. Now, he could have killed that OI with one shot, because the OI only had 152 hit points. I'm not sure that was the wisest decision. In those circumstances, you go after to try and assist your teammate, and if you can shoot and kill a tank which has got less hit points than the damage roll of a standard 155mm shell, you go for it, because you're more than likely going to get them. Now all that did was stun the Tiger because he was backing away. don't really want to be overly critical, but I think he went for the wrong target there. Should have gone for the OI, not for the Tiger. Okay, there's the Tiger. He's on the reverse slope, so this is going to be a very difficult shot. But he's almost loaded. Oh, Tiger 1 was ammo racked by the IS-3, who's right at the centre line. So that's some distance away, but he managed to get him on the reverse side of that slope. That's a really good shot. Right, there's an IS-3 on the other side of the battlefield, and he's being held up by the tank destroyers. Meelox is going for him. He's sitting behind that wreck, so he thinks he's safe. And he's indicating that's his target. And that's a direct hit. 151 hit points, 10 seconds stun. Now he's dissipated the stun by using his first aid kit straight away. But he's getting a request for fire from the other tanks. And he's now got to that next wreck. And he's just sitting there. Meelox is almost loaded. He can take a shot any second. Just dialing in and rounds out. Direct hit again. 202 hit points. This time he won't be able to dissipate the sun. He'll have to stick with it because he's got no first aid kit. He's burned it. And he's pushing that wreck around to use it as a shield from the enemy tank destroyers. And you can see he's pushing the wreck along. The wreck is moving. So we know exactly where the IS-3 is. And Meelox is almost loaded. He can go for it again. Rounds out. And another direct hit. 227 hit points. This IS-3 is really in a lot of trouble. What he needs to do really is get the hell out of there. But nope, too late. I'm afraid the Su-100Y saw to him. The box tank disposed of him very, very handily indeed. Now they're all moving up because the nearest enemy is much further down the battlefield according to the minimap. And in fact, actually, the rest of the team have now reached the rear end of the battlefield, and they're close to the enemy cap. You can see the box tank and the T-28 HTC. They're moving up. There's the Type 58. Now, Meelox can get a nice shot into that Type 58. He's been tracked. He's stationary. Okay, oh, got a bit of reticule bloom there. That's the bad thing about the M12. Okay, rounds out. Should be able to get a splash kill. He does! 22 hit points, and it's his first kill of the game. Now, where's that T-28? There's only 4 enemies left. One's the Arty, 3 tank destroyers. The Arty's a GW Panther. Right, the forces are sort of like sitting at the centre line. They don't want to move up. And the tank that's near the enemy cap doesn't want to move to the cap because he thinks he's going to get fired on. And I think he would be fired on if he tried to move into the cap at all. So they need somebody to go up and spot. And I think that's going to be the IS-3. None of the others want to move up. There's the T-28. Okay, Meelox can put shells into them. Rounds out. Lovely direct hit. 325 hit points and a big stun. And now he's getting hit. And Meelox is picking up stun assist. And I think that's... Yes, he's out the battle. So that's the T-28 dealt with. The others must be the other side of the road. If they are the near side, there would be fire being received and they would have spotted them by now. They must be the other side. Meelox is aiming... Yes, he's aiming at the other side of the road now. I think that's a wise choice. They're probably in those bushes. It's just a matter of finding them. We might see the tracer from the Arty. Oh, there's the Achilles. He's actually gone the other side of the road. He is close. Almost dialed in and rounds out. Kill shot. 222 hit points. And Meelox's second kill of the game. There's the GW. That means there's only one enemy left, and it's the Jagdpanzer IV. And he's in a lot of trouble now. And that's him out of the game, and the game is over. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's a first class tanker for Meelox in the M12. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 7 in that battle, and we can see the hits that he got there. If we look at the team scores, well, he came 4th on the table for damage, 1,842 hit points, and he came joint 2nd with 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, well, he was 2nd with 1,050, which shows he wasn't slouching. It's just, I think at some of the times during that battle, he chose to aim at targets which I wouldn't have aimed at, but that's just personal choice. He still managed to do a lot of damage to the enemies, so and he helped them to win, so you can't complain about that. If we look at the detailed report, he fired 10 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration and 3 splash, did damage of 1,842 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy but killed 2 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 1,489 off 9 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 42,458 credits, and there's a holiday ops bonus in there as well. And after ammunition resupply, he's still left with 36,353 credits. On a premium account, he earned 1,575 experience points, but it was a ×5 weekend, and he also managed to get a holiday ops bonus as well. So he took home a whopping 8,064 experience points in total, which is a huge amount. Really is absolutely massive. So well done indeed to Meelox for getting that such a good score. Personal choice of what you did in terms of what you aimed at. I think I probably would have been gone after that OI, because he was a much easier target, because even if you missed, you're going to get a splash kill on him because he had so little hit points. But you still managed to get a great result, so who am I to criticise? Well done to Meelox. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.